Hello, I cannot hear you.
Wow, I'm muted. Okay.
I was
Hi.
trying to
Okay,
figure
so
out
the,
what
the
was
first
happening.
screw up we already got here. Hi, everyone. But Santiago, I can't hear you. Can you say something?
Can
Is
you
that
hear
just
me?
me?
Hello?
Crazy. Hang on.
Can
Maybe
you hear me?
that's just me.
Try. Can you hear me, guys?
No, that should be working. No, it's not working.
I can hear you both, but I
Damn.
cannot hear
I can't
Adrian.
hear. Is that can anyone? Oh man. Um oh, that's unfortunate. Let's try this again.
Adrian broke it, yes, he did.
No. Mm. What's wrong? I broke it. I may have to switch it off and back on. I'll be right back. I hope that the stream is not
Wipe my camera. Oh my god, what is going on?
because I can't hear you. I don't know what's happening. Test.
Yeah,
Can you?
much better.
No.
I'm blurry. I don't know why. It should be fine now. I can still hear you, Adrian. Try.
I know.
Well, in the meanwhile, how are you doing, guys? What's up? Is everything good? Is everyone ready for almost Christmas? You cannot see my bed. It's because I'm not in bed. I am at the study room. Doing great. I enjoyed reading all the updates that get posted. Well, we have some cool things.
So I'm back.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can
Okay, good.
or read, but also I think that everyone's hearing me now. So I think we're good. Finally. Sorry for that. I was. I think this had to do with the weird situation that we were in last week during the gem stream, where I suddenly came back on, which I didn't realize because I was on another tab. I was on a call with somebody else, and it seems like when Pedro joined, I got rejoined as well for whatever reason, and I didn't know. So for 10 minutes, you could hear me.
Your confidential information.
I don't think it
Wait,
was.
now I feel the need to show what is behind me. Okay, now you can see that there is not a bed behind me.
Yeah, but you had that but on before, right? So I know that
I
background.
had the bed before. It was because my country is all over the place, so there wasn't like for a couple days. So I had to move around places that had energy, so I could be on the stream or for the drop. But I hope that there won't be any more problems in my country anymore.
Well, which country doesn't have problems nowadays? But
Yeah, that's true. I mean, we have a very bad crazy right now because it hasn't been raining for a lot of time. And then I see in the news that a lot of places are getting a lot of rain. The Sahara was it that had snow recently.
yeah,
Yeah, I saw the news recently. So everything is all over the place and crazy.
this is what happens when everything is out of balance, right? Yes, we did see the pump and dump on L Bank.
What do you
I mean,
think?
maybe it wasn't even a pump and dump. Maybe it was just a pump and then it arbitraged out. I don't know. Would have to have a closer look. That's crazy. So how have you been overall, Santiago? How has the chat been?
Doing great.
Hope that none of you has been hit by any of these weird calamities, right? There's been drought here, rain there, whatever, thunderstorms, typhoons, hurricanes.
I
It's
mean,
crazy times.
besides that it isn't raining, there's a massive sun all over. all over the place right now. So yeah, I am hoping it rains because my country needs it.
Yeah, you also have a lot of energy production, right? That's why, hence you
Yeah, we need rain.
hydro. Yeah,
We have a lot of hydroelectric, so if there is no rain, we don't have energy. And actually, if we are better right now, it is not because we are producing energy, but because one of the countries next to us is helping us, selling us energy. But yeah,
that's good. At least something.
at least something. Yeah.
So, Santiago, before people start getting into questions here on the chat,
Okay.
can you like what's good with what's going on with the gems? How's that been?
So gems have been moving. I will say that good. I actually always thought that they will get more traction as more gems hit the market. So I have some data for you guys if you want to learn more about gems.
The
Give me
data
a second.
guy.
I'm the data guy. I created a lot of scripts on the weekend. So far we have given away in blends for the buyback over 100k wax, which is a lot. We have also sold 566 great gems, over 1,000 simple gem packs. In terms of blend, we have over 200 attempts of blend, from which over 90% have been successful. You have been very lucky, guys. And as far as the redemption, we have seen 3, 4, 6, 12 redemptions for perfect rubies, emerald, diamond, sapphire, topaz, and amethyst. So that's,
There's way too many perfect gems, I feel.
I mean, I am surprised with what happened with diamonds.
Yeah, so
Uh,
they got minted very, very quickly, right?
and 269 gems have been staken in Wombat Dungeon Master.
That's
What do
not
you
so
think of
many.
these numbers?
I'm surprised that they're not getting staked as much. And I was obviously surprised that we got two perfect gems from packs like very, very quickly,
The
right?
two perfect diamonds, yeah.
It's very, 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 yeah, skewed in terms of odds. I think the expected value to get a perfect diamond is one every, what, 700 great
Could be.
packs?
Yeah, one every 700, actually.
And we've had how many packs? 400?
400 and two were mint.
Yeah, so this is craziness. So, but I mean, that's good. That's actually that's part of the fun with them, right? Coins for Vince is remarking on the on your situation with the drought, cloud seeding. There was this rumor that back when I was in Dubai and it rained so hard in April, right? There were that this was that they had overdone the
The cloud
cloud
seeding.
seeding in Dubai because they wanted it to rain. For there was for some reason like they wanted whatever and that they had overdone it and that's why it rained so badly so hard well as always with these kinds of things you can never confirm.
Yeah, I mean, cloud seeding could be an option, but I think they already checked that and it is too expensive to actually take it into account. But yeah, I mean, thank you for.
Sir Keener is remarking. Problem is if you don't have a fully upgraded gear, you lose the gems when you upgrade them. That's true. Can you think of any ways, Santiago, how we could kind of make that revertible? I could
I,
because I could
I was
imagine that there's
thinking of
something that you can like a blend that you can pull that out again or something like that. I don't know. This would
I
be
received
funny.
this suggestion from Bing actually, like on Saturday and also today. And I think that's a very good option. And he suggested that maybe you should be able to retrieve the gem with a wombat fee, which is very cool.
I'm just
But
wondering how we would do that technically.
exactly, we have to find a way, and I need to give it a thought on how it will be done in a technical way.
It's going to be interesting. It's probably something that can be done about this,
Yeah, like a downgrade.
but that would be funny. Like it's like yeah, again coming back to our to where the origins were of this. In Diablo 2, you could also, I think, but you would lose the gems, I believe, if you remove them from the sockets, something like that, right? There was no way of getting them back.
We have to find a way.
Salty Bitter Vet had some ideas about gems, so let's have them. We can
Sure,
discuss them right
shoot them
here.
out. Salty Bitterroot says RNGesus was good to the community. I wouldn't say good. He was very generous with the community.
Well, it's the opposite. You remember me opening the packs? Why do I not get so lucky, right? Well, like,
It happened to me the same. I was like, oh my god, people are getting some nice pulls. I will open 5 great gems pack, and I got all of them cheap. And I was like,
yeah, I
okay,
mean, 5 is not big numbers, right? You can always
it is
have
10
them.
gems. I should have gotten one flawed at least. Make equipment going forward have gem slots.
Yeah, and then can be removed with a wombat fee.
I mean, that
Just
certainly is a very good suggestion. I mean, and what is next for it is to find a way to implement it, because I like it.
yeah, it would be so cool if we could use one of the standard tools from Wax, right? So that this is kind of reusable and open, and we don't have to kind of build a special solution for this, just
Exactly.
like we did here, where we wanted to keep them kind of in a standardized way, right? So you can use the tools that are known to work and so on.
We will have to ask Nefty for a downgrade feature.
Yeah.
Hello, friends. Hey, Sasha, how are you doing? Make pack fragments able to blend gem packs. What do you think?
I'm not a fan.
I am thinking of we could do this, but with simple gem packs and very limited. So something seasonal. Like we make them available for a 200 supply, and then we can set it up. What is Salty Beaver said? Wait.
Um,
Oh yeah.
it would decrease the supply of fragments on the market, thus raising price. Yeah, for the fragments, but the fragments are really cheap, right?
Yeah.
So the big question is how that would work, and that's the general problem with the gems now that we have the buyback for the perfect gems, right? If we increase the supply of the gems, how that's gonna work with the buyback, because some people were talking about the return to player in that respect, right? And it's basically 95% of the gross sales were basically returning, right,
I mean,
in
so
the
far it has
buybacks.
been over 95%.
So far, it's been more than that, right?
Yeah.
But and that is right there. Like obviously, from a net perspective, that's already pretty tough because there's stuff like tax and nefty fees and so on, right? So, I mean, we could reduce the payout for the gems and then hand them out for free, right? We could reduce the redemption value.
I mean, my opinion, my humble opinion, I believe we will be able to give more of them away once the volume increases. So we will have more tools available to check if something like this can be done. but only time will tell.
So Sasha is here. It was funny because we raided Sasha last week. Turns out it wasn't even Sasha who was streaming. It was a bot, or well, it's an auto play Twitchy Tide stream. So I didn't. Nobody actually saw Sasha actually stream. And then Sasha called me right after we raided, and he explained to me what's happening. This is an auto run for Twitchy Tides, which is quite fun, right? And then yeah, you can actually, by playing Twitchy Tides, you can actually, like, what Sasha would have to explain it. Maybe Sasha wants to actually stream today and explain that, but you could actually get NFTs that you can redeem for merch, which is actually pretty cool.
That's cool.
But you have to know that when you raid people, there should be a disclaimer. Hey, this is an auto run stream. There is no
24/7.
person here, because I didn't know.
Or you sick? I hope you get better soon then.
So let's get into play.
Into the
Brent is asking what you think about the current Wombat Wars price, which are both at all-time low now. This continuous play will be launched at a very low market cap. Can you please tell me if this current price really matters in terms of play launch? 0001 right now. Why am I not seeing this? I'm not seeing this. Maybe that's L Bank, and I need to check the L Bank situation. It seems like we have a problem with the market making there, so maybe that's the reason why prices are so weird. Anyway, yeah, we're totally looking at this, right? And we're seeing obviously play should get into a totally different order of magnitude in terms of market cap. That's the whole point, right? And in terms of valuation, in terms of liquidity, and so on, right? And I mean, there's a lot of stuff brewing internally, so we're getting ready, right? So to announce the date and so on. And there's going to be a lot of marketing basically alongside this. So sorry, I need to flip my phone. So the market cap should be, or the valuation, the market cap, whatever you call that, right? Whatever metric you want to use, should be a lot higher, right? It's not investment advice, as always, right? We can't talk about kind of, hey, invest in that and it's going to make a 10x. But obviously, in this market, it's possible to make a 10x or a 20x or a 50x or a 100x for all of these tokens, right? There's like meme coins launching on an hourly basis that actually hit 50, 100 million market cap in hours or days. So we're now in a good situation for that. So that's what we're looking to do, right? With proper launch campaign, with proper partners, and so on. So we're going to be announcing all this very, very soon, and it's gonna. I think it's gonna go crazy, but that's just me.
Shots fired.
I'm not the type of person who shills, right? I'm always kind of very, very cautious, saying, "Hey, it's this is gonna be awesome," or right. But I think it's really cool, and I think we're gonna be in a lot better situation very, very soon. So we just need a little more patience.
So AG asked, when you say you're getting ready for play, is Q4 still in the deadline?
Yes.
Alpha. That's some heavy alpha.
Okay. Sasha is saying I could come in on at the end of the stream next week, and we could rate you. Yes, we can. So you can explain what you're doing there with your auto Twitchy Tides. Will Dungeon Worlds be launched after play? So the full Dungeon Worlds thing, yes, right. Like this is gonna be um, a process getting there, but we still plan to have a version of Dungeon Worlds launched before. Oh, now we're getting into stamina. It can be a way to sell my stamina to other players for material or wombat token, but there is a fee on the profit I make for selling it. Let's say I sell 500 stamina for 100 wombat. 40% goes to buyback and burn wombat token. I believe this is a lot better than gels, like the consumables. That way, those who do not run often wouldn't feel cheated than others can just run more ideal. Instead, they can sell their extra resources to those that need it. I I don't know why, but I kind of love that. I love that idea. I don't know how that would be implemented because if you do that, right, obviously there will be a lot of players just making accounts to sell
Yeah,
off
that's
their stamina.
immediately what I thought.
So there would have to be a certain requirement to do that. But I mean, we could combine both, right? You could pay to mint a gel or whatever consumable with your stamina and maybe something else so that we don't get kind of this overuse. But I can totally imagine this. This is actually not bad.
This is a good suggestion. I will save it. Thank you,
I
Mom.
like the core of the idea, right? That you basically rent out the resources that you have too many of. It's just that we need to avoid that thousands of newly created accounts just don't do anything,
Getting yells. Yeah.
right? So we would have to have some kind of a minimum requirement in terms of how many runs, or maybe a minimum requirement in level that so before you can actually start producing minting these NFTs. But then this could be a market that's based off of NFTs, right? Because that's how we always do stuff. So instead of selling that on a kind of peer-to-peer market, you basically mint an NFT and you sell that on the peer-to-peer market. And yes, then there's maybe a fee to do that, right? And that fee, whatever, right? I think that's cool.
Yeah, we need to take into account multi-counters and see. Minimum VIP 5. I mean, could be. I also think we need to rework a little bit how stamina works right now because there's a lot of people who get minus 1000 stamina, which is not ideal.
That's up to you.
Yeah, and we will.
It's up to you how you want to deal with that. Okay. What does Wombat do now? My Wombat on Poly isn't worth the claim fee for the transaction. Well, that's always been the case on a lot of Ethereum projects, right? That's well, I don't want to say it is by design because we haven't designed it like that, right? But I would say just wait a little and you'll get a good opportunity to get them back or to claim them.
It happened to me the other day. I was trying to claim from another chain over to Ethereum, and the cost for the transaction was $70. And I was trying to claim $50, and I was like, okay, I think it will stay there.
Yeah, I have a lot of these from back in the day, and now I don't even know what there is. Webby saying the email sent out last Friday, we're having a 100,000 per season prize pool. I didn't see an email that was sent on Friday. I know nothing about this kind of email, to be honest. That feels like maybe a year old, whatever, because maybe but in December, January that we had like these kinds of prize pools, but we will have to check with the team whether there has been an email like this.
So I sent you the mail he received because I remember he posted it in the chat.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I sent it to you. Stamina should be capped like petrol on the car. The car doesn't run on minus petrol. I agree. That's why I said that we should rework a little bit of stamina, or maybe make it more that it scales more, so that if you get over a certain negative threshold, for example minus 500, then it is not a deboost only on the speed but also on the production. Something like that could work. Or maybe it isn't a decrease on of 2x but also 4x if you get over the negative 500. As you get negative, you should get less points. Exactly. That's currently the concept we're working on.
Yeah, there's a lot of ways of dealing with that, of course. One thing, yeah, so just a general remark on cheating, right? On multi accounting and whatnot. Just because you see somebody on the leaderboard, and I understand that this might be discouraging already, but just because you see somebody on the leaderboard doesn't mean necessarily that they will remain there, right? So we have the concept of shadow bans, where we basically keep people. Well, people don't know that they're banned, but they actually are, right? So they don't receive any NFTs, for instance. They will also not receive the payout at the end of the season, just so the cost of cheating is bigger, right? So you have to cheat kind of for an entire season for 6 weeks, and then you will learn that you're not getting a prize. So that's always been part of kind of our anti multi accounting, anti cheating strategy, right? So I'm not saying that we catch everyone, and right, but just because somebody is still on the leaderboard or still appearing there doesn't mean that we haven't figured them or haven't found them as being multi counters, and that they might not get their payout, right? Just so we're clear here. Kevin Kev is responding to this idea of selling stamina. 10 people sell stamina to 5 whales who are willing to buy stamina. That affects 99% of the pool for everyone. No thanks. So, valid remark there.
Valid concern. I agree. I think first we need to address the stamina and then build towards it, but after the changes.
Yeah, if there's an actual demand for stamina, like, or more demand for stamina, because these people who now run kind of nonstop with negative stamina, right? As soon as it's harder or it's not worth doing that anymore, then stamina will be worth more again, right?
Exactly. And then we can find a way to tokenize this stamina.
Now 99% of players think they've been shadow banned because the chest has been rubbish this season. We might want to look at the chest and improve the chances there, because it seems like a lot of people are having issues. Cheaters are banned like shadow banned users get banned at the end of the perma banned at the end of the season, so they won't be able to play the season after, right? But they are being removed from the leaderboard at the season's end, so that the points that they would have gotten get redistributed to everyone else, pro rata. Yes, exactly. So there's kind of always kind of the public leaderboard, right? And then there's the after banning leaderboard, where everyone, like all the legit players, get a little bit more than they were originally getting, because somebody got banned after the end of the season. Mm. Don't make stamina consumables, please. We will buy and absorb whole
I
pool.
love that as he includes himself, like, yeah, we will do this. So done.
Bring back the 5% flat NFT boost. I'm gonna have to play around with the price from the Well of Wealth for that. Maybe not bring it back in the same way, but do something. Your village people is reminding of something that they mentioned last week. Make some items in the shop features on the game gated by level. Hence, I cannot mint a dragon unless I'm level 30, or I cannot join the clan until I'm level 10. Also, introduce a new type of clan mining for the clan to craft new wombations. All the new materials can be sold, but this feature is only available to certain levels. I mean, the idea of getting certain things by level is a good one, right? Also, we had this idea of only allowing to wear certain level items based on a certain level, right? So you might only be able to wear up to a level 3 legendary or level 1 mythic if you're level 30 or below, right? So that there's more diversity in what people
Can do.
can actually do, right? And other than that, it won't count, or it will be capped in its effect by whatever. So that we can basically balance the game better. So that might be something that you want to think about, Santiago, or the suggestion by your village people here.
I love watching Beantown and also to Wavy that they Wavy saying like I won't buy it, don't worry, and Beantown will say I will.
Burning your 10k MP NTT for stamina. Um, yeah, but I mean, the consumables per se may not be the problem, right? What I mean, obviously depends what the consumable is. The question is how can you obtain them, and if it means that you would have to burn your kind of permanent MP boost. Hey, that's an interesting idea by the Rising Dragons. AG, I haven't seen any messages from you, so
I
this
haven't
is the
seen.
first one. This is the first one I read.
I
So
was looking for it.
not getting any questions so far.
Oh yeah, he was the one who asked if you're getting ready for play. Is Q4 still in the deadline?
Yeah. Introduce level 100 or higher requirements higher than level 100. That's interesting, Ibrew. For a few rare stuff to make XP builds better.
That is hard. Level 100 is a lot, don't you think?
I do think that level 100 is a lot. I'm getting there. I personally am getting there. Oh no, I am there. I just reached level 100. That was the last level up that I had. Cool. I just only now I realized that I'm finally level 100
Nice, man.
after so many seasons. I've played since season 0, obviously.
Since season 0, holy.
But do you guys really think all the VIP level 5s plus will be selling all their stamina to Webby and Enzi? I mean, I would because I'm not a 5-minute run player, right? I only do them for the Well of Wealth, but I typically this is too stressful for me.
I love the suggestion from Maspas.
This one, we all know
Yes.
collections who mine coal are a bit disadvantaged comparing with the collections that mine uranium, for example. Will it be possible to have another building, a foundry, for example, to burn coal and produce more resources to make brass, bronze, or iron? In this way, the collections will be more valuable.
That's cool.
You know how I've always loved the lab in our planet. This was one of the coolest things that ever existed on Wax, I believe, at least from my point of view, where you make these whatever elements, and then you combine them, and you can basically blend on, right? So or combine them on. That would be so cool if we had something like that for coal, iron, and uranium, and the elements that we have there, right? So that maybe you could somehow transform them into something else, and have a whole other kind of sub game just around this, where it's all about kind of crafting stuff that may be totally unrelated, right? Or may just give you another prize if you're the first one reaching a certain thing, just like we did with the gems, right? It's just that on a kind of more molecular level. But yeah, that's cool. I also think that we might want to have buildings on a single player level, not just on the clan level. What do you think?
Um, I agree generally. I like the idea of creating some new buildings to add these features. But yeah, I mean, I like it.
The buy offer function on Atomic Hub on Polygon is broken. It took my Paul and deposited into
Rock math.
Wmatic pool. But that was the designed behavior from before, right? So we would have to look into that. But Wmatic should still be a valid.
Token.
So if the seller wants Wmatic, oh no, you offered it. Okay, so we'll check that. Thanks for pointing that out. We'll totally check that.
Matt asks, "Hey guys, is this the year that we convince Adrian to dress as Santa for the last stream before Christmas?"
How do you want to convince me? Santiago, what's your suggestion? Or Matt?
Um, we need to do something with gems. Sell 1,000 great gems back, and Adrian
Sign
will
a,
do it.
sign a petition definitely won't cut it. So
Man,
something else.
it will be amazing if you dress up as Santa.
I can do that. I can even dye my beard gray because it's almost
Oh
gray
man,
anyway.
and your kids will love it. I dress like an elf. Okay, so we need to get these sales higher on the great gems back if you want to do it.
I didn't.
Victory
I didn't
plans.
agree to anything yet. You have to come up with good suggestions. VIP voting. VIP voting. And Matt can be Snow White. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you said you were going to make the community more involved in the decisions. We can do a VIP voting.
Yeah, but I mean, if the question is, should Adrian dress up like Santa on stream? Yes or no? It's totally clear that there's going to be a yes, right?
Yeah,
So we gotta make this a little bit tougher. So whatever should the burn for this month be skipped and the tokens be paid to Adrian instead, or he dresses up or no, when this happens, right? Adrian dresses up, or whatever, something like that, right? So it needs to be there needs to be something
that the
like
community sacrifices.
yes, yes. I mean, I'm just kidding about the token burn, obviously, but something to spice things up here. It's
We
not
can set up a
because
holy
it's
market poll
straightforward,
as
right?
well.
You get nothing to lose. We can decide if Adrian sleeps or not. Yeah, sure. I don't sleep much, so no.
If play reaches a certain value after lunch, you dress as Santa.
But who's that going to depend on? Like people buying? Yeah, I mean, maybe. Can we get the old Santa gear to work? No. We're not recycling old stuff. We're
Is
making
there a
new stuff.
Santa here?
Yeah, you know how we. Uh, I told you when we did the wood medals, right? That
Oh,
we used
the
to have these
okay.
promo things. And the first thing, Sasha will remember, the first thing that we did was a party hat, right? And then the next thing that we did was a Christmas hat. Um, and then there was a birthday cake, and there was what else did we have? Right? That people could wear, and it would get them a boost, but only for one season or a season and a half. Um, so we could recycle the old stuff, but I'm always in favor of making new things for Christmas. So we might actually want to make because it's going to be Dungeon Master's third birthday on the 15th of December, right? We launched Dungeon Master Season 0 on the 15th
On
of
December?
December.
Holy. We were
Um,
working on Christmas.
well, back then this was a very simple product, so it just didn't involve a lot of kind of activities by us. But yeah, so we did that, and so we could think about something for Christmas this time around. But it's not going to be a Christmas hat because we had enough hats, right? So it might be Christmas stockings for for the shoes, or whatever, some kind of a rod. Santiago might want to think of something next to all the other things that you're thinking about, like
Yeah.
Grandmaster packs, like
Oh, they are
what
coming this week. They should come this week, and they
what
will come
about
this week.
what about the mob tokens? They're idling. So when drops for those?
We need to set up the drops for the mobs, Wombations. I want what I want to do is I want to meet with the mob leaders because I'm not sure who are they, so I want to talk with them first,
Oh, that's
so
very
we are on
easy.
the same page
I'll add you to the group. You can talk
for
to them,
sure.
and
I
they're
need
typically here, so you can talk to them here as well.
mob leaders. Pronounce yourselves. Announce yourselves. I'm summoning you. We are here. Okay, Kevin, from which mob are you? Use mob tokens to blend everything.
Is there an
You will
ETA on
never
the
take me
launch of
alive.
play tokens? We will let you know what the ETA is. We won't give it away this cheaply.
Register.
Can we
Okay,
bring
so
back
Ava told me
Freddy?
he will add
Oh,
me to the group so we
great,
can
great.
talk.
Can we bring back Freddy? I would.
Who's Freddy?
I would. Freddy used to be the mega whale in Dungeon Master, and well, he actually was. I think he started off by collecting Funkos, right? That's why his name is Freddy, Freddy
Okay.
Funko. Um, and at some point, he suddenly disappeared, and I think he basically disappeared from all of Wax. Never done anything in Wax again afterwards. So
He might come back someday.
he always was like for what 5, 6, 7 seasons straight. He was number one. Mm. Taking magnesium before bed helps to get good sleep. Thank you, Gold. I will try that. I'll try some magnesium. Just need to get some high quality magnesium supplements. What you think? You're an MD, so
Actually, recently there have been a lot of studies that talk very good things about magnesium. So for sleeping, maybe melatonin could be better. Also, drinking some warm milk is good as well. But overall, the general suggestions are you shouldn't be on the screen like 1 hour before going to sleep. But of course, that's not the case for you. So
that's that's
I'm for
the. I mean,
anyone
these
actually. I don't know anyone that says like, okay, I'm about to sleep in 1 hour, so I will stop using my phone. Nah, come on, guys.
Well, but I mean that is really good. I mean, not having your phone next to your bed is also good,
That's also a very good
right?
suggestion. I
Because
don't do that.
this
I don't know if you do that.
I used to do that, and I had a stretch where I had this sleeping hygiene, right? Where I actually bought an alarm clock that I had next to my bed, so I could put my phone away, right? So I basically banned my phone from my sleeping room back then, and these kinds of things, because you don't want to be getting notifications, you don't want to be looking at the screen, right? Even if you're just checking the clock. But it's all broken down so badly ever since I have kids, because um, the worst thing that can happen to your sleep is having to sleep next to a kid.
Okay, I didn't know
it's
that.
like it's like because they obviously don't care, right? They climb on top of you, they play in whatever ways. So yeah, that's nothing else matters.
So the suggestion is do not have kids.
Well, or get them used to sleeping by themselves, right? That's maybe the more obvious solution. But um,
I mean,
yeah,
overall, the suggestions are pretty standard. Like, you should sleep 8 hours. Do you sleep 8 hours?
no, but I never did.
Yeah, exactly.
I typically, like, all my life I've been running on 6 to 7 hours.
But it is also true that it depends on the person. There are some people that can work as well with 6 hours of sleep compared to some people that need 8 hours.
Yeah, I'm not saying I'm good. I'm just saying that's what I've been doing.
I think that with 7 hours, I'm pretty good. 7 hours is my sweet spot.
So look, there's suggestions for what kind of wearables we could have.
Candy canes.
Candy canes, which would probably be a digging tool. Christmas jacket, which would probably be a top, or like a robe, Christmas, like a Santa's robe. Um, Candy cane.
I want to incentivize governance a little bit more. Start rewarding people for voting, creating creating some non-tradable tokens, and start doing more polls on things that need to be done.
How about a new blend of old celebration gears for those two new gear slots? That I can agree with, right? That is something that can buy into. Maybe we would have to like downgrade them a level or something like that, right? So that it's not like the people who had something big before now get something big back. But this is something that I could imagine that we do, that it's like the time spiral reverse, right? And obviously you would need something else. And maybe, just maybe, this would be an idea to utilize mob token um, things, because we were planning these Wombatiums, right? So maybe these Wombatiums could play a role here. I don't know, but maybe there's something creative we can do with that. But this is a good idea. This is like this is not as like let's make them work again. This is more like, hey, let's utilize some stuff that we had in the past that's sitting around that has no use, and give it some new use, which may not be totally OP, because we can control it by making a blend, right? um, when mob formations get out, we can also put them as Twitch rewards for points. Yeah, but
What?
Matt, you're thinking about it the wrong way. Of course, we can utilize um, Twitch points or channel points for this, but we want to generate demand for these tokens, right? We want these tokens to thrive. Um, would it be right to see Wombat was an investment token? From our perspective, no freaking way. We cannot ever state or confirm that any of our tokens are an investment. They're utility tokens. They're purely supposed to be used for utility, staking, buying stuff with them, right? They're like utility tokens are like vouchers, right? And obviously, if you buy whatever, I mean, let's just do a little detour here, right? Little segue, because this is how ICOs came upon, right? People said, okay, there's this utility token that you will be able to use at some point for XYZ, and now we're pre-selling that in an ICO, which is like a crowdfunding, which is like a Kickstarter campaign, right? And now what might happen is if you bought the first Oculus, right, in the Kickstarter campaign. This is probably the most prominent thing that was ever Kickstarted, right, with a crowdfunding campaign was the Oculus One, the VR goggles. So it was $1 billion company before it got acquired by Facebook, right?
Yep.
So if you buy the Oculus One in the Kickstarter campaign, then this is also a utility, right? And you can theoretically sell or you can definitely sell your Oculus VR goggles once they're out, right? Maybe you can also sell your right to receive the VR goggles later. Maybe you can sell it off to somebody else. Maybe there's a price discovery mechanism for that, right? There wasn't really, but maybe there is, right? So this is how people compared utility tokens with crowdfunding from kind of an old school perspective, right? So on kind of, we will never state that um, that's an investment, right? From a legal perspective, we can't and we won't. So it's a utility token. You're supposed to use it for utility, and that's it.
Yep.
Why is this always X'd out here? You can do burn NFT Wombatium challenges like you do
In what?
I don't know. There was another one here. Can we get the mob tokens on? Is that what, like, why is this censored? I don't know. Are you using strong language here? I don't
Who's
know what that
censoring?
is. Hmm?
No, I don't know who's censoring.
It's not us, right?
Ah, it's from the
Maybe
moderator settings.
maybe Freddy is waiting for Dungeon Worlds to start. Isn't he the largest landowner? Yes, he is. But I don't think that Freddy is just gone for that reason. When VIP 8? I would love a VIP 8.
All over to 10.
I'm not sure about 10 because that's going to be horrendous requirements, right? If we go from 5 million to
A
what,
mega
15 to 20 million for VIP level 8.
So Mortal Wombat says reset the mining power for dungeon packs or cut the dark matter packs and others in half.
What was this? Sorry. Please. So sorry, I'm just going sequentially. I might have missed something because there's been a lot of buzz here in chat, and it's cool. Please do something about the newbie pool. I feel like going there every time I see how much points the number one newbie player is making. So I don't want to say it one way or the other because I personally haven't looked into that player, but it might happen that if we have discovered that this player is a cheater multi-counter, then they might already have been shadow banned. Maybe they will be banned at the end of the season, so those points may be redistributed. Again, I agree with your observation that observation that this might be demotivating for new players, right? But yeah, the size of the newbie pool, I think we clarified that a while ago that this is not necessarily the major problem, but it's kind of just the proportions within the season player pool. So, but there are ways of dealing with this, and we'll definitely have a discussion for next season about this. Salty bitter bed. I have twin 4-year-olds. They're starfish when they end up in our bed. Yeah, so we have this massive family bed, which is like 2 meters 70, right? Where there's enough space for everyone. But obviously, the kind of starfish thing, right? Um, the parents end up laying at the very edges of the bed, and there's a lot of kids in between, although there's just two kids. But they are everywhere. Um, Uh, Gonna takey, are the rewards going to be better next seasons? Why don't I get a reply to my question? I'm sorry, I had this start a while ago, so let's have this. I don't know if this question already been, but are the rewards going to be higher than 15 million wombat? What is about $3,500? Before was the season reward 25,000? Can we not go back to the 25K? So that is a discussion that we've been having internally and externally. So what we cannot and what we will not do is increase the amount of wombat tokens for that to match $25,000 at this stage, because if we did that, right, this would be a lot of wombat tokens, and this would mean a lot of sell pressure for the wombat token after every season, right? So we can't do, and we won't do that. What we have been discussing on different occasions is going back to a more kind of sustainable model, or what does going back mean? Moving on to a more sustainable model that's more sustainable from, well, our perspective as people running the game, as well as people actually playing the game, right? Um, so we might go back to a hybrid model where the reward pool is maybe in cash or wax or whatever it is, right? And something less volatile, and only the bonuses in wombat tokens, or whatever, right? So there are a few options that we've been discussing here. Definitely something worth considering, because we understand that it's a massive hindrance for you players, as a kind of play to earn players, to look at the prize pool, which was 100 plus thousand in January this year, and now it's a fraction of this, which is related to the token price, of course. We don't want that either, right? So that's something that we're actively discussing. And there was another older question that's been hanging around from Joms. Hi, Adrian. Good to see you again. Big fan of Spielworks and what they do. Invested since 2023. Here to talk about my thoughts on play. I think the execution of the plan was poor. Announcing it 4 to 5 months prior to the actual merge caused a lot of uncertainty, which then turned into fear when we reached the big Q4 and we still don't have any updates on the merge. Was Wombat an all-time low? Could you provide us with some info on play and if it's still scheduled for Q4 because the wait has been dreadful? I agree. And this was a mistake. Looking back, it was a mistake to announce it so early. Definitely. We wanted to kind of generate some buzz, but in the end, without having the date kind of set, right, this must have created a lot of uncertainty. We wanted to be faster with it. We ended up not being as fast. Yes, we're still planning to do it this quarter, this year. I hope that we will be able to hand out an actual date very, very soon. And yeah, that's the planning around this was not ideal. I do agree with this. There's some, we were looking at other projects and kind of the speed in which they, or the cadence in which they did that, right? Announcing and then actually executing, and this was not good. I totally agree. Yeah, so Mortal Wombats was suggesting that reset the MP for dungeon packs or cut the dark matter packs and others in half. Well, I'm not sure whether we would cut them in half, but
yeah, it's drastic.
It's funny because there's always kind of the discussion about increasing the MP, right? Because they get scarcer over time. There's fewer people actually having them, but yeah. So Sir Keener was suggesting this. Will you go back to a dollar payout instead of wombat? Yeah, so that's definitely conceivable, right? As I said. Rising Dragons is saying, could we have redeemables inside packs to incentivize more pack openings? What are your thoughts on this?
Do we have any redeemable? I mean, he's referring to IRL redeemables, right?
No, I think um, redeemable NFTs in general, right? So something that you can then use in the game, but that gets used up, right?
So consumable.
I guess, or
Because if they are,
maybe Rising Dragons actually means redeemables. I don't know.
if it is redeemables, I love it. I don't know if we have any redeemables for IRL stuff. I mean, I remember that once Atomic Half gave away some hoodies that had the mint number and everything, and it was so cool. I wanted to get one, but
The
they were
logistics of
difficult to
this
get.
are so horrible, right? To have to ship stuff worldwide that then gets stuck in customs and stuff, right? That's really bad. But I mean, there is definitely a discussion with Sasha going on around kind of doing this, maybe, right? Um, because that's what Sasha does on his stream as well. But the logistics of this are really bad. So I can tell you a lot of these t-shirts and hoodies remained unclaimed.
Make it possible, Sasha.
Um,
I actually bought one of the wax hoodies, but unfortunately, I put the size wrong, so it is too small for me. So it is now the hoodie of my sister.
had that before as well. I like I find the take by I take off my pants and jacket interesting. Kickstarter is a scam. They never have delivered anything. Um, Star Citizen scammed me out for dollars. It's interesting because that happens on Kickstarter all the time, right? And it's and elsewhere, and it's kind of normal. And I'm not saying it's accepted because it's not, but obviously that's part of the terms. But when ICOs were a thing, right? A lot of the projects didn't make it, of course, and it's kind of similar, right? But maybe because it was more money or whatever, and because there was like actual scams, a lot of actual scams. Um, on Kickstarter, maybe it's because I mean these are mostly physical products, and it's really hard to make physical products. So there's a lot more things that might break. But yeah, it's totally you're totally right. I've never gotten anything from from any Kickstarter campaign that I put money into.
Harsh truth.
Hmm. They promised refunds if the game didn't launch and stuff. They rugged that promise from us with an EULA update. Yeah,
Holy.
Star Scamazon. I mean, it's still being built, right? Isn't it? Or is that did this? No, I don't know. Did this go down? But there was so much money put into this. I mean, Star Citizen. This is crazy. It would be good to be able to recycle those poor defeat Wombatiums as well. You're not aware of the defeat Wombatiums, Jago, are you?
I think you explained it. No, I'm not sure. I don't think so.
So we once had this blend. So no, we at some point we came up with a blend that was kind of you just had a chance of getting something. I think it involved the Woofy Wombatiums, and but there was also a chance of getting nothing, right?
Okay.
So some people complained that it's very disappointing to get nothing from a blend, like literally nothing, right? So the next time we had a blend like this that had a chance, the off chance, basically the loser chance, was to get a defeat Wombatium, right? So that you could get something that's whatever stakeable or whatever, right? But now people are asking, so what do I do with a defeat Wombatium? Because now you have something, but it's worth nothing, right? But it's less demotivate. So I don't know. Whatever you do, it's always wrong. But
So you're
it's funny.
defeated right now.
Twitch is blocking URLs, so these are URLs. Okay. Mm. So on this little sheet, I said says boost old pack MPs. I have some old gold and silver packs that have been so low on MP for a long time. So instead of cutting them in half, we should actually boost them.
Interesting.
When new items in the Dungeon Master shop, Santiago. People are waiting for it.
We have a
The
meeting
door.
today. You can help me out to figure it out because I don't know how to list items yet.
Well, that is the easiest part, right?
I hope it is easy.
It
I mean,
is.
after releasing gems, I hope it is easy.
You probably won't do anything that's harder in terms of getting it right on the back burner than gems in the next few seasons, I suppose.
Some packs definitely need boosting. Crazy rare and super expensive. Which packs? I would love to take a look to them.
Okay, a lot.
Time to learn, yes.
A lot of stamina discussion here again. Rising Dragons has confirmed that they're Elon Musk. So it's good. Do you need WAS token in order to qualify for the play airdrop? No. You can have Wombat or WAS or both. New Twitchy Tights collab when damn, I forgot to ping Paragon about the rewards. Twitchy Tights did it? Twitchy Tights did it. Yeah, okay, that was the collab.
Twitchy Tights is always doing it.
We have redeemables in packs, gem packs, then blend, then get buyback.
I do want to give away some packs. I will find a way, guys. I promise. That's my goal.
Yeah, that's exactly Shiva Seeker is asking for what I just mentioned. I forgot. I'm sorry for that. I will have to. What you guys considered about swapping resources, like 1,000 coal for 10 iron at 20 wombat tokens after burner tokens, nudity for wombat. So I've never been a fan of
I don't like it.
of swapping resources because it will. But I mean, if it involves payment for the, I don't know. It just sounds like you will be able to buy more resources for tokens, which actually is a good idea, right?
I mean, but I still think that getting gold should be only achievable through the stake NFTs.
Yeah, but you could have an exchange for the rest, or like, or maybe I mean, come on, why not, right? Why not? Let's just offer a shop for resources, and you can also buy gold for wombat, because that will increase the demand for wombat tokens. But it's a one-time thing. I don't know.
Gold is worthless currently.
Prince Paradox read a paper about less than 30% of Kickstarter projects completing without incident. Okay.
I will say 30% is higher than I expected.
Pretty
I will
decent.
say 10%, yeah.
If you compare that to typical startup success rates.
Exactly.
When will perfect gem first mint prices be sent?
They will be sent today. Today I actually checked the wallets who got the mint one. Today or tomorrow, but today.
Defeat formation has -5 MP.
That will be fun. Actually, I would love the defeat condition to have a negative MP.
Will fragments be used for Golden Key Blend this season? Like again, Kevin Kev should actually know better that we won't say anything about that until it's actually out. So nice
Yeah,
try.
there's no way to
But
get ahead
again,
of
right?
ourselves.
So when we do that, when we put out the blend for fragments, then fragments basically double or triple in price, right? At least for a short period of time, because then people want to do that, want to be the first ones to actually do that, right? So if we now told you that yes, it's going to be fragments again, then what's going to happen is that some people will start buying up fragments, and it's going to be an unfair advantage, right? So that's just this is the reason why we don't typically hand out this kind of information, because this will foster quote unquote insider trading of certain items, right? Even if it's just on a speculation basis. Um, it would be great if we were be able to pull a pack from opening a pack. Well, we had boxes, and people didn't like boxes, so we removed the boxes, and now this is boxes all over
I mean,
again.
maybe it is similar to League of Legends. When you open a chest, there's actually a chance that you also get a chest within the chest. Remind me to that.
You don't play enough tights to be called a collab? What's this? I mean,
Oh my
we
god.
always play at least 1 or 2 sessions on every stream, so I think this is pretty
I
good.
love boxes. When you know, you will know. What? What? We need to get more negative MP non-tradable tokens.
Oh, like a penalty. These could be like the negative stamina things that if you reach that, you will get a -5 MP,
I
not
love it.
not not
Uh,
burnable, not
do you think it is?
burnable NTT.
Do you think it is possible?
Yeah, sure. It's because you can, when you create an NFT or a template, you can check whether it's you have two checkboxes, right? One is for transferable and one is for burnable. And if you make it
Yes.
non-transferable, non-burnable, then it will have to sit in the wallet of the owner forever after you minted it to them.
No, I mean, but can we add it with negative MP?
We can do anything. It's our
Holy.
game, dude.
Okay, okay. I already have an idea for this.
Some people will very much appreciate that, getting a lifetime penalty for for doing something.
But if it is, it will be something like funny, and you will get a -1 MP just for the jokes.
Um, how much of the supply of Monster will be airdropped to play holders? I'm not sure whether we disclosed that yet, but it's so I'm not sure I can say that actually, the dentist, but it's a substantial amount, right? It's not like 50% or 30%, but it's more than 0.1. Right. So I'm not sure I can actually, like, I would have to check kind of what our comms have been around that so far. So I don't destroy kind of our overall line of communication there. But um,
Don't compromise yourself.
yeah, but it's I do want to give some information, right? So it's like it's always bad because we can't say this, we don't want to say this, but it's a good amount. That's what I think.
Have a contest for the player running Dungeon Master with the highest negative MP. That will be fun. And then instead of going down the well of wealth, you go higher. Have reverse MP season. Where negative gives you a bonus. It is very troll, guys. That's why I love it. Who didn't like boxes? I don't know. I actually arrived and they told me, the first thing they told me is, hey, welcome to Spielberg's People Hate Boxes. we need to do something. And I'm like, okay.
Have a river. Yeah, that's cool. So I don't want to elaborate too much on this, but we once had the idea of having a different mode um, uh, of playing where different things would be better, right? And it would be exclusive. So you couldn't do a run and do the other thing at the same time. Um, but you would have to use a different metric than staked NFTs or mining power for what it's worth. Right? Boxes are bad. It's just a box in a chest makes us mad. um, well, I I don't know. I kind of like the idea of not knowing what's inside, right? But maybe the diversity wasn't big enough, right? So that yeah, that's maybe not great. Salty bitterbit. We're making packs like Amazon. Yo, dog, I heard you like boxes. This item is in a box. We put it in a box so you can open.
Nice.
uh, this is funny.
Actually, once one of my best friends gave me a birthday gift, but he put it in like 20 boxes. So I spent like 30 minutes trying to open it.
Yeah, that's the good fun that we used to do. And
Back in the days.
you come with like this huge thing, and inside is basically what, a cigarette or whatever, right? When I was 16, this was kind of fun. And this is funny. Yeah, it's really cool.
The other victor of shame.
Also wrapping things in boxes of something else, so people think they get something really cool, but there's something really shitty inside, right? So you have like whatever musical instrument, right? Like you just use the box. And so I I once gave a bottle of of a spirit to a friend in a box of a ukulele, right? And he thought, oh, he's
Okay.
getting a ukulele, so he was like super happy. And he opened it, and there was just a bottle of schnapps inside.
Nice.
Kevin Kev is commenting on the boxes. Boxes were good, but the boost value implementation was poor. Should have followed with the idea of equipping profession sets for boost. For instance, equip two of the same set gears for 20%, three for 30%, etc. But that's in the past now. Maybe it's not. Maybe there's still options there.
We will miss boxes.
Amazon is the sole reason why I need a second recycling bin. Get an item in a box, double your recycling needs.
Not
I
good
don't
idea.
know how they do that, because paper is actually like paper, the cardboard that's being used for the boxes. It's not cheap stuff, right? It's actually pretty expensive. So I don't know how they do that, right? How they can afford packing everything into something else. So that's like a matryoshka, right?
I was actually looking for it. Yeah.
Um,
Peach.
but I don't know. So what would this do? I mean, like, what would this do really?
I mean, today we got a lot of suggestions for Innocence Day. A lot. Like giving away this nested vision.
But what? But what the hell? I
I
mean,
mean, we can introduce 20 blends, and you have to go through the 20 blends to get at the end the smallest one that has some mining power. That will be very troll.
yeah, and then what?
Besides utility, not good at all. But that's why
But
it is troll. I'm for Innocence Day.
hmm.
April Fools.
Salty bitter red. One April Fool's Day, my wife stacked up like 30 Amazon boxes on the porch, and I flipped my shit when I got home. What the hell did you want? But they were empty. Or was there anything inside? But sometimes it feels here. It feels like that as well.
Salty saw the boxes and saw his bank account immediately. Like, holy shit!
They were empty. Yeah. Okay. At least something. Um. Okay. I mean, I wanted to get back to the to the mob tokens actually. Oh,
Let's go
maybe
back.
we'll put that up before. If a player running on negative stamina may be slashed their calculated MP by half. I think with
That's
max
exactly
boost
what
from
we were thinking.
Stadium, it must be too many players running into negative territory.
That's
Yeah,
exactly
so
what we were thinking. Yeah.
yeah,
Not by half, but yeah.
um, there's this general idea, or a few ideas that were alongside of, hey, your contribution gets slashed if it's negative or too negative. Maybe it also depends on how negative it is, right? So if you're just negative, maybe it's not that bad. Or that the run duration penalty actually gets increased, right? Right now we're at 3 times when you're negative, but if
Yeah.
you're below 500, minus 500 or whatever, it could be 4x or whatever, right? So that's another
That's good.
that's another option. I was gonna like Santiago, have you played around with Pump Fun on Solana, like at
Shall we
all?
say? Yeah, of course, man.
Because that I really feel like, and I mean, obviously the idea behind launchbacks was a little bit like, hey, we make something like Pump Fun, right? I think that was around back then already. Um, and I'm just wondering what it would take to have something like that come out on Wax, because Wax would be so cool as a kind of overall blockchain to have something like that and to have a sentiment around that. And I'm wondering why Launchbags has not seen that kind of traction. I mean, obviously, yeah, we're missing the cases um, like Peanut and whatever there was, right, Goat
Chill guy
and
right
all
now.
these things. But I think as soon as there's one like really big token that goes into a million market cap, there would be a lot more interest in something like Launchbacks as well. But I think there also needs to be more action in this, right? And I think like this whole idea about pump fun and reaching a minimum market cap, and then um, that being launched automatically and whatnot, that's also kind of really funny. So what are your thoughts?
I mean, there are a lot of things to take into account. First, pump that fun is like um wild. I mean, you can list any token, you can do anything actually, you can do streams, so you need to give all the power to the users, which is sacrificing also the control that you can have over which tokens are released. Not all of the tokens are fun, but some of them are actually had some NSFW content, some racist content, and so on. So that's what it takes for you to decentralize a little bit these projects. Also, if you want to implement it on Wax, you need to take into account so with which market cap you migrate the pool to Alcor or TacoSwap. And do we have enough liquidity to do this stuff? I don't really think that all the chains should follow this meta, because what will be the difference on doing this on Wax rather than on Solana? I mean, what advantage does Wax has? Because no transaction fees is not enough. Solana transaction fees are very low, very very low.
Um, well, to me, part of this is actually being able to transact, right? Because if you get into one of these tokens, then on Solana, sometimes it takes so long that you're running into slippage, right? And you don't get executed. And that happens very, very often on things that have a lot of traction, a lot of hype, right? And this kind of faster transaction round trip, I think that would be from a kind of let's pump some, let's actually pump something for fun, right? That would be a major advantage. Um, I don't
That
know.
it's very interesting because you get this like the slippage problem. This slippage problem is also a problem here on Wax. A lot of pairs have the slippage problem, so now you gotta figure. So what do we solve first? This the liquidity problem that we have, or we release this pump that fun on Wax and then we fix the liquidity problem, or which should be fixed first?
Yeah, no, I mean, obviously, that's a bit of a chicken and egg
Yeah,
issue here, right? So I'm not saying that like there is an inherent problem on Wax with very little liquidity for all tokens, right? Even Wax USDC has very little liquidity compared to what it should have, right? And so on. But I mean, in the end, it's also based on the overall market cap of Wax. Um, but there is a little bit of a kind of moving up step by step kind of thing if you do it right, and that's what I was hoping with like Woofy, and obviously Woofy was they wanted to get users from Solana over to Wax as well, which I don't know whether that has worked that well, but if we had had kind of a little bit of a meme coin season on Wax, that could have propelled overall liquidity as well, right? And I'm not saying we need the goat or the peanut with half billion market cap or valuations at peak time, but if it's half a million, right, instead of half a billion or 1 million or whatever market cap, this would be pretty cool for starters,
yep,
right? And maybe Launchbacks was built in a way where it's not as much fun as something like Pump, but I still yeah, I still find it a little sad that there is also very little, it seems, interest in these kinds of coins, right? In the Wax community, that it's not about kind of building a community of believers into one particular idea, and people basically just start dumping the tokens. And maybe that's also because there's so few of them, right? Because on Pump.fun, obviously it takes hundreds or thousands of these tokens to make one winner, right? And if we have 5 on launch bags or whatever, then if none of them is a winner, then that's not actually a really big surprise, right? It's like there's the likelihood of any one meme coin being really successful is very, very low.
yep,
So maybe it should just be a lot easier and cheaper. And on Pump Fund, it actually doesn't cost anything, right? And that's what's crazy.
yep. I agree completely.
There was a just because there was some comments about Corey. Corey was really affected by by the um, by the hurricane. The second one, what was it called? I don't remember. So I spoke to him, and so I wouldn't blame him from actually having to go back to actually doing some work, because he was heavily affected. He lives in Florida, so but I mean that's just what I know. But uh, it's as much as I can say because Corey was here on stream to actually discuss that. Not typhoon, hurricane. I think that's what they're called in the US, right? In the Gulf.
Philippines just got slammed. Yeah, I also saw in Spain the things that is going on with the floods.
Pump Fund launched 48,000 tokens and only 791 made it in the last 24 hours. I think 800 is quite a big number of tokens making it in terms of reaching the threshold, I suppose, right?
I mean, previously, before all these runs started, one or two will run over and get and graduate within 24 hours.
I think that's still pretty decent. It's like a 60th, so 1.6%. Okay, it's not so bad.
And it's also interesting the first mover advantage that they have because there in Solana there are over 5 or 10 meme coin launchers, and even though they have been like launching, one of them is backed by Jupiter. They haven't get the traction that Pump.fun got has obtained.
Yeah, I think the actual and then things like Radium or Jupiter actually become more interesting as well, right? Because there's so massive trading volumes on there, just for these small cap tokens once they actually get launched, right? So a 10 million coin can easily have 100 million trading volume on
Yep.
dexes, which is ridiculous, right? But imagine this on like Alcor or Taco or whatever. This would be so amazing if we had like a 1 million token market cap token that has 10 million trading volume.
I mean, when Woofy launched, Shulker saw some great volume.
So Anzi was asking again about the Grandmaster pack. So just to
Yes,
be
we
to
are
clarify
having.
this, when is it going to be one, or are we going to be launching all at once? I mean, to me, there's a lot of
I think we should
non-clarity.
launch all at once.
Oh, I always like that.
You like that, or you dislike that?
No, I like that because
Okay,
everything is balanced.
but
Okay.
I have a question, guys. Do you think that each different profession Grandmaster pack should have a different mining power, or should it have the same one?
That'd be curious.
I just opened a Cookmaster and got a level one mythic pants and a spatula. Layer one, a level one.
Layer one. So salty bitter vet will not need Grandmaster packs.
Yeah, should be same. Okay, okay, interesting.
So Prince Paradox saying, Kevin Kev, Prince Paradox saying all the same. Will marketing campaigns start 2 weeks before the launch of play?
Don't
I
compromise
would say
yourself.
no. No. Let's say no. Let's give you an answer, and the answer is no.
Should be the same. Increases the value of non-popular professions. Okay, good take. Good take.
Hmm. Mm-hmm.
I think people will be surprised with the plan receipt if we actually carry it out. You haven't read
I
my
won't.
message.
I have, but that's why I'm saying that's why I wouldn't be so sure if it's if we stick with that.
Yeah,
Um, yeah. Okay. Maybe because we're closing on into 2 hours. Um, I'll start the 1-2 questions that we have here. We can already get on
Twitch
Twitchy
tights.
Tights.
We cannot see the screen.
Saw that. I know. Give me a
Dude,
second. So you can already join.
how do you
Um,
assign MP on profession of Grandmaster based on total mint? That's a question I don't have the answer yet because we don't have the MP yet.
yeah, but so in theory, Coins for Vince, I think, is going into a direction of, okay, how would you kind of, if they were not the same, right? What would be criteria to assign different MPs?
Okay. I
And that
think
could be the number of um, newbie, apprentice, expert, or master
so.
packs out
I was
there,
checking
or
that, and
whatever.
also the floor price for the expert packs because, as you know, the Cooks pack is always more expensive than any other pack.
But it's also the newest one, right? So
It's
it
also
hasn't been
news.
around as much. So it's clear that it's, well, first it's probably, like, from a boost perspective, it's probably the most sought after, and second, it's yeah, it's not been around for as long. So it's clear that these are more expensive than others.
But guys, if you're getting the Grandmaster pack, for example, Ansi has been very interested in this release. Will you do it for the mining power or because you want to open it?
I'm curious, but I mean, in the end, you can have a look for yourself. around rhodium packs, right? Because the grandmasters are basically on a similar level as the ETA rhodium packs. Um, um, so if you do if you compare to the rhodium packs, you can basically have a look at whether the rhodium packs actually were opened or staked, right? And then you can get your answer on
Okay,
what
good.
people have been doing. Um, Kane Master 42 Wombastic is asking, how do you expect people to continue investing in the game when you change the rules every season? That's
So which
that's an
rules?
interest. I find that a very interesting take, actually. So Kane Master, are you implying that we should keep everything the same forever, essentially, right? So this would be the opposite extreme. I'm not saying it's the only other alternative.
I have 21 rhodium packs stake holy. I mean, I wouldn't, personally, I wouldn't like to play a game that doesn't change anything at all. And that's why some games, for example, Counter Strike and League of Legends, have been so successful, because playing and they always focus into changing the dynamics of the game. Like, you never get to play against the same champions because they are always doing changes. They are always introducing more stuff. You can see it, like if I main a certain champion, I am being rugged, or I am being mad because a new champion is more powerful. But that really isn't the way. It is making the game more dynamic. And actually, that's why it also introduces all the games have these features of nerf and buffing, but change the rules. But which rules?
All the rules, right?
All the
So,
rules. I mean,
um, eh, like, there's potentially anything can change, right? You can increase MP, decrease MP. There can be different gear, different items, different modifiers. The speed boosts or the run duration boosts differ every season. The rules for how you can become the overlord change every season. So there's a lot of things that change every season, right? And the overall the game keeps evolving, right? We have clan base, we have whatever. So I understand how the game keeps changing, right? But I don't see how anyone actually would keep investing if the game was standing still, right? If there was no changes, how would that work out? So obviously for us, it would be very very easy to just keep everything untouched, right? If that would be kind of the formula for success, that we don't do anything for an extended amount of time, that would make me at least very happy. I don't know about Santiago, who also wants to have a little bit of fun, but this is I don't know. Wouldn't that be incredibly boring? That's my question.
I agree with you.
Um,
Put gems on older sets, and you will see where else to start to invest
yeah,
more.
right. I wanted to pull that out. So that's what Kevin's saying. Um, so we've been
So
thinking about that.
I think we
Go ahead.
should do a governance poll at the end of the season and let the people decide.
Yeah.
That's part of
The, the
wheel of
biggest
Inventory. Sorry.
the biggest counter that I have to that is the vast number of upgrades that we would have to configure for that,
Yeah.
because it's not as easy. It's not as
For
easy
the
as
new
it
ones.
was with the existing ones, right? Because if we want to keep the logic, if we want to retain the logic of you can only improve the boost of an item with the same with the same boost type, right? Which is what we currently have. Um, then, but yeah, I mean, I don't at this stage. I don't actually mind that at all. I think that would be pretty dope.
I mean, now that we don't have to rush as much, we can put a time and a schedule of when items will be available, and in that way, it will be possible.
But if
But
I will actually, like, we should hold Kevin Kev accountable for his prediction here, right?
I think we should put him to create the upgrades. So
Mm.
people do not know, but for the gems release, I mean, we created over 50 blends and over 90 upgrades. So 140 things we did on NFT in total, which took a lot of time actually, but I think I know how to set up blends and upgrades now, thanks to it.
Look, Santiago, you get alpha from the chat here. There are more rhodium packs unopened than those burned, 100 versus 89. So you see, there's a duality in use, right? It's
I
it's
mean,
pretty much equal.
it's pretty close, yeah. I mean,
So now I guess that 98 or 99 or 100 of those unopened packs are probably staked to Wombat Master, because people don't actually put them on the market. They don't do anything else with them. As soon as they have them, they actually stake them if they don't want to open
oh,
them.
you haven't seen it yet, but this weekend I created a script so we can actually check how much NFTs are staked easily.
Oh, look at that.
How many of those unburned packs are in dead wallets or people that stop playing? Yeah, I cannot do a script for that yet, but it will be cool to know.
But the problem is, you never know if people would wake up, right? So, like,
Yes.
Freddy is the primary example. Um, so what happens if Freddy comes back, right? Right now, it might be safe to assume that those items are basically like they're burned, right? But maybe they're not. Maybe Freddy will come back, and there's a lot of also low value items that have become very, very scarce in reality, right? But making them super OP is now really difficult. I would really love to see people opening a lot of these staked old packs of on dormant accounts, because we have tens of thousands of dormant accounts with staked NFTs, right? We have millions and millions of NFTs staked that will probably never be claimed back. I really hope maybe Wax will reach 50 cents again, right? And maybe people will come back and will look at the games, and they will, on different games, and Dungeon Master will still be around. Maybe they will remember, oh no, I still had stuff staked on my Wax or my EOS account there. Maybe I'll just, like, they don't have to play the game, but they just come back and claim their NFTs, get them back, and sell them. Just, like, really just make them available to others so that others can actually use them, or open packs or whatever. This would be so amazing. It's literally like you have this shoebox with old Magic the
With
Gathering
all stuff.
packs or old Pokemon packs in your basement, that you forgot about them, right? And now 20 years later, you move houses and you realize, or whatever, somebody cleans out their closet, right? And there's this shoebox with these old packs, and you realize, oh my god, these are like these amazing packs, right? How many of these packs are dormant? It's crazy.
And it happens all over the place in crypto. Actually, I was reading in Solana that sometimes when people have their wallet in Apple, there's sometimes a feature that Apple has that if you don't use your wallet for a long time, then it uninstalls you the app. But if it uninstalls you Phantom, then you have to insert your key phrase, your seed phrase again. So there's a lot of Solana that is locked forever because people had this Phantom app uninstalled and they don't have the seed phrase.
Oh my god.
Amazing, isn't it? But you cannot really know which ones are they.
Yeah, it's like with Bitcoin as well, right? So sometimes when these, I I'm pretty sure. Actually, I used to mine Bitcoin. Must have been in what, 2012 or 2013 on my laptop, right? And I don't know how much I made. I also had used to claim all these. You know how you could get like 0.02 Bitcoin, 0.01 Bitcoin
How?
from a faucet for free, just for watching an ad.
Okay.
Um, Something like that, right? So, like, totally crazy numbers. Um, and you think, okay, where's my wallet from back then? And I don't know, right? I still have my hardware. I just don't know whether it works. I don't know how much is on there. So I would have to figure it out because I might actually have like zero point 0.3 Bitcoin somewhere. I don't know. I
Actually,
just
it
don't
happened
remember.
to me, but I don't like to talk about it. I erased that memory from me. So I had this Unisat wallet for Bitcoin, and I forgot the password for it. So I still have it in my Chrome extension. I don't have the seed phrase because I created it once in a rush, and it got a drop of two ordinals that are worth like 6K when I last saw it, and I don't know the password.
Yeah, that's
So it
this
happened.
is
Yeah,
bad.
that's sad. Am I Satoshi? I would love to be Satoshi.
Okay, there's been a few cool questions, comments here in between the registering things. So Maxter is saying, got lots of Wombat tokens on staking soon, motivate to stake another year instead of keeping them unlocked, ready to sell with potential pump for play token. A valid point, right? I always say that people should take profits on cryptos. I'm not the kind of diamond hands hodl culture guy because I think that's been very harmful to the overall crypto space in bear markets. And typically, the bear markets are longer than the bull markets, right? But if people don't take profits during bull times, then they have no cash to invest in bear times, right? So I think that there's like my thing is always you don't have to do it 100%, right? So you can basically just roll over a certain amount and then keep another a portion of it, and whatever, stake that into flexible or whatever, right? So you should be able to take profits if you want to take profits. That being said, don't ever sell your Wombat tokens for play tokens. Don't. Have you decided how you're going to deal with Wombat and KuCoin? There's actually not a lot that we can deal with, right? Because these are tokens held by KuCoin, and if you haven't withdrawn your tokens from KuCoin prior to the well cutoff date, um, then they are now held by KuCoin, and KuCoin can
Hostage.
decide what they want to do
Do we have
with the
some
Wombat tokens.
hostage tokens?
Hmm?
Do we have some hostage tokens?
There's a lot of tokens still held by KuCoin. The one thing that we're considering, maybe I shouldn't be saying this here, but is whether we should actually airdrop play tokens to Wombat tokens held by KuCoin. Now, if they're listening, maybe they'll just dump. But I mean, that's what it is then. Sasha, why you're addressing me? I somehow need a blending experience smart contract that's a bit more flexible than the NFT one and the one that we have. Would you be open to extend the current one and make it available? Well, I think that the NFT guys are much more likely to actually listen to this because it's part of their product, right? For us, it's just been, hey, we didn't have a different solution, so we built our own. But nowadays with the NFT stuff, I think that's really good. So if there is a cool suggestion for something that can be reused later for others as well, then I think you should talk to Juan and Jose. Um, Having to swap to another token from Wax is a hindrance to increase value. To be honest, if one token A continues to go up and token B value keeps going down, you never have a chance to moon. I'm not sure what this relates to, but yeah, what I think, like the workaround for this is that instead of, for instance, saying things need to be bought in your native token, right? You basically let people buy stuff in the native token of the blockchain, and you swap kind of under the hood, right? Which is totally doable with DeFi. So I think that we can actually deal with that long term. And another one, I have a buddy that did surveys for BTC in the early days over 400 Bitcoin, and he can't recover it because
Ouch.
it was in his email
Ah,
address that doesn't exist anymore.
400 BTC.
Well,
No.
that kind of stuff happened like
Holy. No way.
numerous times.
My heart.
Um,
Dude, I got mad about remembering these ordinals that I have on that BTC wallet. I had that memory erased.
yeah. Um, wax value. So that is wax value going up and wombat value going down. Your pool paying hard wombat instead of X amount of dollars means the reward pool value continuously decreases every season. If the price is down, then it's down, right? But the idea was that if the wombat price does well, then it also goes up, and this is what we've seen in November, December, January last year. Where the prize pool was like incredibly high and some people made a lot of money from it, right? But yeah, obviously we need to counter that if it goes out of hand. Will there be a wax poly bridge for play when it releases? So we're currently kind of really thinking, considering hard how to deal with the wax polygon situation, wax Ethereum situation. For play token, and can't make a promise that it will be live at launch, but we're planning to do something very soon. Yeah, I mean, this is going in the same direction as we've been discussing, so I won't reiterate on that, but we're looking into this, right? That's what we said. Okay, now I think it's time to start this Twitchy Tides round.
Sure.
What should we be handing out? I don't know. I haven't looked what's still in the wallet. But is it? Do we still have a few gems packs left?
We have all of them.
So should we be handing out like there's one, three? No, there's a few great gems packs. So we could hand out one for the winner, to the winner, and maybe 5 simple ones.
I didn't get last stream prices. That's weird because they told me they sent it already.
So let me check. We have. Yeah, no, that I think we still hold all of the great gems packs. So...
No, I had to mint some on Wombat Promo 3 because Bernardo was away. So Asia had access to the. Yes, they were sent. On the Promo 3, they were sent the ones that we assigned. Maybe you can ask Aisha.
Yeah, that seems a lot more conceivable. So yeah, let's just hand out one great pack to the winner and 5 to numbers through 2 through 6.
The one. So no, wait, I lost it. If it takes a few seasons to build up MP, especially to the level Webby and IR, how will that exude confidence to future wells if you nerf packs? We haven't talked about nerfing packs yet, or at all. We just read some comments about it.
Is it? Yeah. Well, I totally see that point, right? So yeah, you basically build up over seasons, and then suddenly everything gets slashed. That's really bad.
No, I agree.
We didn't say that we want to do anything like that. It was just part of the discussion here. So Atomic Cup, the only marketplace for NFTs on EOS chain. On EOS native, I believe it is. Yes. Would be great if there were more. Okay, let's start this round. So again, the winner um, gets a great gems pack, and the number 2, 4, 5, 6 get 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 get a small gems pack each, and Shiba Seeker, being the only one with a wombat skin, will get an extra simple gems pack. Oh yeah, people still don't get on the wombat skin train. I don't know why. It's so easy to get extra rewards in these streams. Oh yeah, this is a fast one.
I forgot to type my wallet.
You shouldn't be
I was
playing.
looking
It's
for
all fine. You
I
shouldn't
was
be
looking
playing.
for myself, and I am like, wait, I think I didn't type at all.
Well, like I said, I don't think you should be playing, so it's all good.
I
So
want to
Lord
play.
Zuko is the big winner. Dawn 2 and 2. So Lord Zuko gets a great pack. Going 2 and 2, Chur, Gods of Valera, Autumn's Toys, and Fran the Man get a small pack each. Let me just put that into the respective channels. So that they all get distributed. So if anything ever doesn't arrive, then always tell us.
Yes, please. Some wild typing out there.
Type. All right. So GG's here. And yeah. No wood badges to top up. We'll start handing out more wood badges, wood medals next time around. But
People like the wood medals.
they're cool, right?
I like it.
All right. Cool. Now it's time for a raid.
Who shall we raid? Who's online?
If only I knew from this interface here. So, any suggestions?
Sasha is online.
Sasha is always online. He's got a 24/7 stream, so that's not fair. Quadral's art is live playing Lost Relics. The online ins is live. So what you want? Wolftopia is this weekend, so shout out to Wolftopia. I don't know whether there was a question about us being there. I don't know. Would have to ask Olga.
We gave some credits to Utopia for some banners.
Shame that Wombat Fish is not longer available. Yes, that's what it's all about, right? It's a scarce resource. But maybe we can do the kind of I'll just have to talk to Pop Paragon about it. Olga said no. Okay, then it's too bad. Then we're not there this time. But I hope it's maybe I'm going to tune in. I'm not sure what my plans are for the upcoming weekend, but anyway, who are we supposed to raid, folks? Or I'll choose someone.
Olga said no. Okay.
Quadrell?
I'll be around. I always love to support Consumer Break and everyone.
Um,
Las Vegas
is
Ape.
Las Vegas Ape live? Yeah, Las Vegas Ape is live as well. What's he doing? Twitchy Tides, of course. Yeah, I mean, we can't keep up with Las Vegas Ape in terms of how many Twitchy Tide sessions we do. So we've got. Okay, so online in is not it. So we've got okay, 3 proposals. Quarterels are Las Vegas Ape, an NFT dealer. Any more opinions here? Make a voting. Yeah, token based.
Token based. Is that?
So we get most votes for Las Vegas Ape. So okay, um,
Yes.
we'll go rate Las Vegas Ape then. So have fun.
Guys in it.
And thanks a lot for this lovely stream. It was it felt short. There was a lot of activity in the chat, a lot of questions, so that's cool. We got a lot of suggestions, so cool. Thanks a lot. Have a nice week. Talk to you soon. And
Have a good one, guys.
thanks, Thiago, for being on with me.
Thank you for inviting me.
I always do. Bye bye.
Is it over?